Hey guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? Today we're going to be starting a really fun series called Tropes, Yay or Nay. How it works is that we're going to run through 30 different tropes today, and I'm going to give it a yay for a thumbs up or a nay for a thumbs down, and we're going to talk about why some of these tropes I really love and some of these tropes I really don't love. So I think this is going to be a really great series where we can talk about the things that we really love and then the things that make shows really, really fun. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, 4-koma adaptation. 4-koma is a formatting in a manga where the pages are divided into comic strips that have 4 panels. That's why they're called 4-koma. When 4-koma manga is adapted, usually it is slice of life and comedy. There's usually short moments that are related to 4-koma. For me, it's going to be a thumbs up, but I can see why some people might have a thumbs down because certain shows tend to be a little bit slow sometimes. Number 2, ahoge. Ahoge is the piece of hair that flies up from the anime character's head. Usually it's to denote that the character is a little bit clumsy or a little bit funny and a little bit ditzy in their own way. Ahoge is a thumbs up for me. Third one, accidental boob grab. That's gonna be a no for me because I feel like as a woman, I know that it's very uncomfortable and I wouldn't want someone to like fly into me and grab my chest. So that's a no for me. But I will admit that it makes for some pretty hilarious moments in certain anime. Fourth is when characters call each other baka. Baka means idiot in Japanese, and it's tend to be used in a lot of comedy anime and slice of life anime, and also in a lot of bickering enemies to lovers kind of setups. So baka is going to be sort of neutral for me. I don't have any feelings about it. When it comes up, it feels like a very classic cliched anime trope. Fifth one is beach episode. Beach episode is also neutral, I'd say. Beach episodes have to be perfectly fitting the anime. For example, if it is a really serious show about catching ghosts or slaying monsters and suddenly there's a beach episode, I would be very confused. If it is high school related or slice of life related and the friends are just taking a trip to the beach together, I can see why that would be great. I'm not really there for the fan service when they go on beach episodes, but I can see why people have an appeal to that. Dandere. Dandere is when a character is really cool and really quiet and aloof, but then they come off as really cutesy once you unlock their sweet side. I think dandere characters are a little bit plain in my opinion. I've never really seen one that really caught my eye, but there are some people that love the contrast from no emotion, quiet characters to really sweet and expressive characters. Number 8, fan service shows. I would say that is a thumbs up for me. Let people like what they like. There are certain fan service shows for female audiences and there are certain fan service shows for male audiences. I don't think it takes the genre too seriously and I think it's a fun trope all around. Filler episodes. Some people like filler episodes because they need the downtime after really dramatic episodes. I feel like filler episodes are pretty boring. That's why they're called filler episodes. And certain times, if they drag down the plot a bit, I start to lose interest as a viewer. Number 10, first girl always wins the character's love. That is a thumbs down for me. I like to see at least 2 characters vie for the main character's attention. And if the love story is kind of like first come, first serve, I mean, it's not a buffet. Why does it have to be first come, first serve as the winner? Number 11, generic male protagonist. I'm looking at you, Kirito from SAO, and every other isekai male protagonist that is out there. I do not like the generic male protagonist. I don't even like the generic female protagonist. The ones that are like self-insert or your name characters that we see in a lot of otome adaptations. Harem shows. This is another one that's similar to the fan service shows. I would say yes. Like, who doesn't want to live in a anime setup that has 10 different handsome guys hanging off of your every word and there to help you with everything? That goes for the flip side too. I can see why guys would like harem animes as well. I think it's just like a really fun recurring thing that happens in anime shows. Idol shows. That's a yay for me. I really like idol shows even though I know that they are hit and miss with other people. Even though idol shows always have the same sort of formula, which is a bunch of really cute and wholesome girls achieving their dream of becoming singers, I feel like the show is always really great because it brings you a lot of different music. And I also think that the animation for the girls dancing or the guys dancing is another really attractive aspect of the show. I'm there for the performances and the different performance concepts. Infinite power scaling. Some people really hate it because it just means there's like non-stop new characters or characters that keep leveling up even though they've already reached God mode. For me, infinite power scaling, I don't really mind it as long as the action and the fighting scenes are pretty interesting in the shows. I don't really think I have much of a say in this because I don't watch that many shonen shows. Isekai. The earliest isekai show I can remember watching is Inuyasha when I was a kid. I love isekai because who doesn't want to be thrown into a fantasy world? I'm always reading fantasy novels, and I think that isekai is a really great way to explore a lot of self-growth and also self-development in a exciting fantasy setting. Light novel adaptations. There are a lot of really fun light novels that have amazing writing. This can be a hit or miss depending on which company handles it and what kind of budget they have. Magical Girl, which is a yay for me as someone who grew up watching Cardcaptors and Doremi and Sailor Moon, who also fell in love with watching Madoka Magica and Yuki Yuna when I was in university. I would definitely say that Magical Girl is a yay for me. I love the idea that there's just these girls that go out and save the world at night and wear pretty costumes. Who doesn't want to do that? That's me too. I want to do that too. Manga adaptation, which is something that you literally can't get away with if you watch anime, so that's a yay for me. I like to see a lot of niche manga get animated because there is definitely a bigger audience in the anime world, and I think a lot of anime adaptations can give manga the attention that it deserves, especially if the anime only animates the first maybe 12 episodes for the manga material. It can attract a lot of anime fans to go and read the whole rest of the manga series. Non-existent parents. This is when the male or female protagonists live by themselves, or their parents are passed away, or their parents are living abroad. Basically, they are not interfering in the main characters' lives. I think this is a nay for me because most anime take place when the main characters are in school, and I don't think it's realistic at all to have the parents out of the picture. Plot armor. Plot armor is basically used to describe scenarios where the protagonist never dies no matter how dangerous the show becomes. And obviously that's because if the character dies, there's no more show. So plot armor, I'm kind of neutral towards that, but if it gets too ridiculous, I feel like the protagonist should at least lose or sacrifice something and not just go through the show completely unharmed and unchanged due to plot armor. Okay, we're almost near the end. School festivals. School festivals are a yay for me. I think they get to show off a lot of school culture in Japan, and also it's a great way for you to have a sort of filler episode where nothing much happens, but you still get to build a more emotional connection with the characters. Shojo anime, which I would give a thumbs up for. Shojo is basically a demographic label, which means it is a show that is targeted for a female audience or a young female audience, and I always feel like I enjoy a lot of shojo anime, so that's a yes for me. The next one, of course, is shonen anime. Shonen anime, I don't watch it that much, but I remember having a lot of fond memories watching a lot of shows like Naruto, My Hero Academia, Black Clover. So I would say the shonen is also a thumbs up. Sibling complex, that can either be a big brother complex or a little sister complex. I feel like it's a little bit bizarre for one person to be obsessed with their sibling to such an extent, but if it's done comedically and not inappropriately, I think it would be pretty entertaining to watch. Slice of life, which gets 2 thumbs up for me because I'm a slice of life girly and I love all slice of life shows. I love any shows that will relax me and help me fall asleep before bedtime, and I love any shows that just depict cozy, intimate, emotional moments in regular day life. Tournament arc, which is some people's favorite plot tropes in shonen and action anime. Tournament tropes, I would say, are super fun. The most iconic one I can remember is obviously from Naruto. And the reason why tournament tropes are really fun is because you get to see every single character show off their skills and fight against all the other characters. Traps, which I have to give a thumbs down. It refers to male characters or female characters that cross-dress or appear in such a way that their gender is mistaken. A lot of times this guy will be enamored with this female looking character and she turns up to be a guy. Tsundere, which is one of the most beloved anime tropes that has endured over the years. Of all the dere tropes, I would say tsundere is definitely the most popular. I get a thumbs up for it because tsundere characters are really cute, and I feel like a lot of people are tsunderes in real life. Tsundere refers to characters who are kind of spiky and prickly on the outside. They're kind of standoffish, but actually on the inside they have a lot of like cute, sweet emotions, and when the emotions come out, the character becomes really flustered and embarrassed, and I feel like that becomes really endearing. yaoi and yuri, which refers to boys love or girls love manga or anime. That's a thumbs up for me. Like I said with other demographics, it plays an important part in certain people's lives when it comes to self-discovery and also figuring out your self-identity as well. It's connected with what people like, and I always say don't yuck other people's yum. If people like a certain genre or they like to read certain couples or certain pairings, all love is love, and I think it's totally fine. So anyways, we finally went through all the anime tropes. Did you notice that I did them in alphabetical order? And I'm really curious as to which ones jumped out for you. I try to curate the list so that it didn't run super long, and we're gonna be doing more yay or nay episodes in other vlogs as well. If there are some tropes that I haven't talked about, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a like, and don't forget to tune in for other videos as well. I will talk to you guys in the next one very soon. Bye!